So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are listening us from. Welcome back to our today's episode, where we will be discussing a few points on the impact of the climate change to Africa's agriculture. I want to just bring to you a few ideas on what impacts that I think the change of climate or the global warming will bring into the African context of farming. So first of all, we must understand that global warming or climate change is simply defined as the occurrence of extreme weather patterns that are very hard to predict. And these weather patterns could be drought, could be flooding, could be, wildfires, could be heavy winds, it could be pest invasion like locusts, and also wild animal migration to agricultural lands and cause damage. So all those kind of stuff. But these extreme events do not mean that they never existed, because even in the past, before the era of global warming, there used to be drought, there used to be floods, there used to be winds and waves in the ocean that break into the land. But the thing is that in this context of global warming, these events have become very, very unpredictable, and nobody is able to forecast when they will happen, and they have been catching everyone by surprise. And that is the biggest worry in the climate change discussions. And how does all that affect agriculture? I want just to let you understand that agriculture is a business of on time. You have to be on time on every activity on the farm for you to maximize your output or your yield. You must do what you must do when you have to do it. There is no room for delay. And I will give you examples. For your land to be prepared, you have to do it before the onset of rains. And you don't have to do it too early before the rainfall, because the weeds will start to regenerate or something like that. At the same time, when it is time for you to harvest, for instance, grains, you cannot delay even for a day, because if rain catches up with you, it means all your grains will go bad or they will rot while still in the field. And that is where the impact of lack of predictability in this season of climate change impacts agriculture in a very, very bad way. As you can imagine, farmers plan for the whole season, from the beginning of the seasons to the end. That is from land preparation up to harvest. And some, will continue their planning until post-harvest handling or value addition or processing, and then all the way to the market. But now, if you are unable to tell how tomorrow will be, you are not sure whether rains will come during the normal planting season, or whether you will have to delay it for you have to delay your planting for 1 or 2 weeks. You are not sure when you need to do what you have to do. And that is the biggest mess that climate change is causing into Africa. And then, to add salt into the injury, that farmers in Africa don't own agricultural machineries. They hire them or they rent them. You buy services of agricultural machines from contractors, meaning that you have to plan it beforehand. When it rains, when rain catches you by surprise, where will you get a planter the next day to come and, service your land? Maybe everybody in that area will be looking for the same planter that you are looking for. And if you miss your planting season with maybe a whole week, and then the rains disappear, it means that you will not have optimized your planting season, and it will lead you to lose a percentage of your potential production on the farm. So that is the biggest challenge that I see, that the fact that we cannot predict the future of a season in farming is the biggest mess that climate change is causing, and everything else will trickle down from that, from food insecurity, or to hunger, or to lower productivity, lower yields, or yields of lower quality, will all emanate from the fact that farming seasons cannot be planned with better certainty compared to what was there before. So if you have learned something from my today's episode, be sure to leave me a comment or a compliment, and I will be happy because it will promote the visibility of our channel. Thank you and have a good day, and see you very soon in our next episode.